Factions by FENIX Games is a post-apocalyptic PvP fighting game where two grueling factions of survivors fight for supplies and food. These factions will do anything and everything to get what they need to stay alive. It is a Roblox fan-made game from the best story/apocalyptic zombie game, The Last of Us Factions multiplayer. It is currently incomplete and a lot of key features are quite obviously missing. It is in pre-alpha as of April 2023. Factions can be really confusing when starting off, so here's a couple tips on how you can get started. When you load into the main menu, there will be two sections of buttons, Friends on the left and Factions on the right. In the Factions section, you'll want to click the Weapons button. This takes you to a complicated looking page, which in reality isn't very confusing at all. Most of the buttons here are actually unfinished and serve no purpose at all. Therefore, all we will be looking at is this button here, Loadout 1. When clicking on Loadout 1, we will be given 6 different buttons to choose from. However, only 3 of them actually work, and those are primary, secondary, and purchasable. Some guns you will see are locked, but they can never actually be unlocked as the developers of Factions are still working on them. In the primary tab, there are currently 3 unlocked weapons that can be equipped. Those are the semi-auto, burst rifle, and the variable rifle. Here are some key factors of every weapon that can help you choose your favorite. Semi-auto has high damage but low ammo. The burst rifle has fast fire rate but terrible range. And the variable rifle has average damage, average ammo, and fantastic range. I personally like to use the semi-auto as the damage output is the best from long range. From all of these weapons, you should not be using the burst rifle. It only shines in close quarters combat, but there are so many better options than the burst rifle that it's kind of a write-off at this point. I recommend either the semi-auto or variable rifle as your primary weapon. Moving on to the secondary tab. There are 4 different handguns to choose from. The 9mm, the burst pistol, the revolver, and the shorty. Here are some key factors of every secondary that can help you choose your favorite. The 9mm is a very average pistol. Average range, average damage, and average ammo. The burst pistol, like the burst rifle, has fast fire rate but horrible range. The revolver has a slightly higher damage than the 9mm, but it has less ammo. And my personal favorite, the shorty, is a shotgun that is very effective in close quarters combat. However, it only holds 2 bullets at max. I recommend that everybody watching this video uses the shorty, as it pairs very well with the long range nature of primary weapons and can easily finish a full HP enemy in 2 shots. In the purchasable tab, you have 3 different guns to choose from: the assault rifle, the Spectre, and the shotgun. Here are some key factors of every purchasable weapon that can help you choose your favorite. The assault rifle deals average damage, has 30 bullets per mag, and has some pretty mediocre range considering it is a rifle. The Spectre is an SMG that can quickly kill opponents with or without armor in a single magazine. Terrible range, low damage, but extremely fast fire rate. The shotgun is quite strong. It is the strongest at medium to close range. However, I wouldn't recommend using it at close ranges because you can easily be outgunned by someone with a shorty. All 3 of these weapons are great and balanced properly. To find your favorite, you should try them out. One thing to remember though about these purchasable weapons is that after you die, you do not have to purchase them again. You will get the weapon back including full ammo. I have found during testing that as of the pre-alpha, it is not possible to buy more ammo for any weapon, even though there are options in-game to do so. If you are unsure what I mean by this, later on in the video, I will be going through how to use your backpack to purchase items mid-game. This is not exactly necessary when starting off, but customizing your character can be a great way to express who you are and how you stand out from everyone else in the game. To do this, go to the Factions section in the main menu and click Character Customization. There are heaps and heaps of options for customization. Personally, I just like to wear a full black outfit to try camouflage in the shadows. It gives a tactical advantage in some maps such as nighttime maps. After setting up your loadout and your look, now it is time to hop into a game. As of 20th April 2023, there is only one game mode, and that is Supply Raid. Supply Raid isn't much what it sounds like. It's more of a team deathmatch game mode than a raiding game mode. Each team can have up to 4 players, and there is a time limit of 15 minutes. Each team has 20 lives each, and one is used up for each player that completely dies. Getting knocked doesn't lose a life. Now here are the basic controls. Backpack is G, revive is E, you need to hold E, pick up is F, you just tap it, execution / shiv is E, you need to hold E for that, primary is 1, secondary is 2, purchasable weapon is 3 once you buy it, medkit is 4, nail bomb grenade is 5, you only get one of those, crouch is control, listen mode is Q while crouched, vaulting over objects is space, aiming is right mouse button or tab. Here's a reminder, when aiming there is no first person view, your character aims over their shoulder. In the pre-alpha of Factions, the backpack is not completely finished, but there is still some use in it that I will go over now. Your backpack plays a key role in upgrading your power. You can buy yourself some armor, and the backpack is where you can buy your purchasable items. Armor costs 500 scrap, and so does your purchasable weapon. Armor must be rebought every time it is broken, but your purchasable weapon stays with you for the rest of the game. It is a one-time purchase. To earn scrap, you must kill players. Knocking an enemy will grant you 100 scrap, and killing a knocked enemy will grant you 50 scrap. As Factions is a fan-made Roblox version of The Last of Us, FENIX Games has incorporated the well-known listen mode mechanic into their game. While crouched, holding Q will lower the brightness of your screen and form outlines of enemies that aren't being sneaky. For example, not using the crouch mechanic or shooting, etc. It has a cooldown of about 5 seconds before being able to use it again, and there is a bar next to your health meter that displays how much listen mode energy you have. The more energy, the longer listen mode lasts. This is a very underutilized tool that I don't see enough of the player base using. Now that you know the basics of how to play Factions by FENIX Games, let's move on to some helpful tips. I see a lot of players getting stuck in positions they don't want to be when getting knocked. They just sit there, like sitting ducks, susceptible to literally anybody who wanders past you. When knocked, it takes one shot from anything to kill you, therefore it is vital for you to escape. While knocked, or using your backpack, simply tap the aim button and you will be able to move. If you are standing still, you can turn 360 degrees without actually moving your player model. This is a very useful trick to check your surroundings. By walking backwards onto certain objects and then shimmying left and right with your mouse, you can actually gain access to great recon spots that would otherwise have been unreachable. This one's pretty self-explanatory. If you get the angles just right, you can look through any wall in the game. So that's pretty much it for the basics and helpful tips on playing Factions by FENIX Games. Good luck to all of you, and just remember, it's a game, so have some fun.